Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Manesa's Kitchen. In this video, we are going to see the recipe of this nuts sponge cake. So hope you see this video till the end because it's going to be very informative and detailed. So now without any more further ados, let's get into the video. Before we get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe and click the notification bell beside it and click the all option so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Now let's get into the recipe. So now let's start baking our beautiful nuts cake. So for that, in my bowl I've placed a sieve right here. So the first ingredient that I'm going to be adding in the sieve is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or maida. So next up, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So now I'm going to add half teaspoon of baking soda. Next up, I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of milk powder. Now I'm going to add pinch of salt. Make sure not to add a lot of salt because it can make your cake very salty. So just add a pinch of it and not more. Next up, our final dry ingredient is powdered sugar. Here I'm adding 1 cup of powdered sugar. Preparing powdered sugar is very easy at home. You will just have to make a powder of your normal granulated sugar in a mixie jar and that's it. So here I'm adding 1 cup of powdered sugar. Now I've added all the dry ingredients. So now we are going to sieve all of them. It's very important to sieve your dry ingredients in your cake. So do not miss it. It's a very important step. Moreover, one more important thing that I wanted to mention is that all the ingredients that I'm adding in this cake, I'm measuring it in a same cup. So you should also do that. You can either take the actual measuring cups that is available in the market, or you can just take 1 cup and measure all the ingredients in that. It has to be uniform. Now let's move on to the wet ingredients. So first of all, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now I'm adding half cup of vegetable oil. And now mix it properly. Now that we've combined the oil and the flour together well, we'll have to add the milk and keep mixing this cake batter until it's smooth and in pouring consistency. One more thing is that this milk does not have any proper measurement. You'll have to keep adding the milk until the cake batter is in the proper consistency. Now let's start mixing. Now, as you can see, this is how the consistency of the cake batter should be, in a pouring consistency. So now our cake batter is ready. Right now I'm going to add some nuts to it to make it more interesting and tastier. So now in these nuts, we should not add it directly into the cake batter. You'll have to add about half tablespoon of all-purpose flour or maida into it and mix it well. That's when these nuts are not going to sink into the cake batter and they will be nicely in the middle of the cake. So let's just mix it together well. So now I'm going to add the nuts. I just forgot to mention what all nuts I'm adding in this. I'm just adding some cashews and badams, and again this does not have any proper measurement. You can just add how much ever you want according to your liking. So now I'm adding this into the batter. So now once again we'll have to mix well. Now as you can see, I've added all the nuts and I've well combined it also with the batter. So right now as you can see, I'm using a square cake tin and I have greased it with butter and maida. So you can also use parchment paper also if you'd like. Right now we are going to transfer our cake batter into this cake tin. Now I'm going to add some more broken nuts, that is almond and cashews, as a topping for this cake. So now I'm going to share with you all a quick tip. So if you want your cake to have that nice brown shade on the outside like most of the sponge cakes does, you'll just have to brush up some milk on top of the cake, then automatically that brown shade will come on top of your cake. The only thing that is remaining is to bake the cake. I am going to bake my cake in an oven by preheating it for 180 degrees Celsius and then baking it for about 30 to 45 minutes. If you do not have a OTG or a convection oven, you can also bake it in the pressure cooker. The process to bake it in a pressure cooker is mentioned in the description box down below. Do check it out. Now let's keep this cake in the oven once it preheats. Now as we can see that the toothpick is clean, so our cake is baked completely. Let's transfer it to a plate. One more thing that I forgot to mention is that after you bake the cake, you'll have to completely cool it down before transferring it to a plate. Now as you can see, the cake has come out perfectly and it has turned into the brown color as well. Now let's cut the cake and check inside. So now our yummy nuts sponge cake is ready. So I've cut them into pieces as well and it looks really nice. So hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Thank you so much for watching this video and bye.